Alright, we're going to take a look at an infinite series here, and we're going to determine whether it converges or diverges. So what we have at our disposal is three tests right now in Cal 2. We have the nth term test, we have geometric series, and then we have telescoping series. The nth term test says that if the seed sequence, which is the 2 over n plus 1, if that does not converge to 0, as n goes to infinity, then the series is divergent. But 2 over n plus 1 as n goes to infinity, that converges to 0, so the nth term test doesn't help us. The geometric series, we would need some sort of ratio to the nth power, which we don't have here either. So what we're left with is telescoping series as a possibility. It doesn't look like a telescoping series right now, so we need to do partial fractions. So if I have 2 over n plus 1, that's going to equal a over n plus b over n plus 1. And what I'll do is I'll clear the fractions and we'll multiply everything by n plus 1. So I'll have 2 is equal to a times n plus 1 plus bn. Okay, so we're going to do our partial fraction decomposition. Okay, so 2 is equal to a n plus 1 plus bn. If the n is 0, then a is going to be 2. If the n is negative 1, then the b is going to be negative 2. So our summation we can rewrite as sum 1 to infinity, 2 times the quantity 1 over n minus 1 over n plus 1. This looks like it would probably be something that's telescoping. So what we're going to do here now is we're just going to write out a bunch of terms and kind of see what it looks like. So it's going to be 2 times the quantity, and when n is 1 we have 1 minus a half. When n is 2 we have a half minus a third. When n is 3 we have a third minus a fourth, blah blah blah. Then when we're at n minus 1 term, we have 1 over n minus 1 minus 1 over n. The nth term, 1 over n minus 1 over n plus 1, and this continues indefinitely. Okay, and we see that the 1/2, the 1/3, the 1/4, the 1 over n minus 1, and the 1 over n, those are all going to cancel out when we're talking about a partial sum here. So our partial sum here is going to be the first term minus the last term, because all the middle terms telescope out, they squish together, they cancel each other out. So that's going to be 2 times the quantity 1 minus 1 over n plus 1. And as n goes to infinity, Sn is just going to go to 2 because the 1 over n plus 1 is going to go to 0. So that tells us that this series is in fact convergent, and we can even tell you that its limit is going to be